Good morning, students. Welcome back to biology class, chapter 1, part 4, the living world. Last class, we discussed about the characters of living beings, diversity in the living world, taxonomic categories. Today's class, we are going to discuss about the taxonomical aids. Okay, taxonomical aids are the storage of record of either live or dead organisms of flora and fauna, which helps scientists in taking reference to study of the classification. Taxonomic studies of various species of plants, animals and other organisms are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry and in general in knowing our bioresources and their diversity. These studies would require correct classification and identification of organisms. Identification of organisms requires particular laboratory and field studies. The collection of actual specimens of plant and animal species is essential and is the prime source of taxonomic studies. These are also fundamental to studies and essential for training in systematics. It is used for classification of an organism, and the information gathered is also stored along with the specimens. In some cases, the specimen is preserved for future studies. Biologists have established certain procedures and techniques to store and preserve the information as well as the specimens. Some of these are explained to help you understand the usage of these aids. Okay, what is a taxonomical aid? Taxonomical aids are the storage of record of live or dead organisms of flora and fauna, plants and animals, which helps the scientists to taking reference for their further studies. Okay, what are the taxonomical aids? We can see the one by one. First one, it is the herbarium. Herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried, pressed and preserved on sheets. Further, these sheets are arranged according to a universally accepted system of classification. These specimens, along with their descriptions on herbarium sheets, become a storehouse for future use. The herbarium sheets also carry label providing the information about date and place of collection, English, local and botanical names, family, collector's name, etc. Herbarium also serve as quick reference systems in taxonomical studies. Okay, it contains the date, collection of the place, English, local and botanical names, family name, collector's name, etc. are there. We can preserve in a long time for the references. The second taxonomical aids are the botanical gardens. These specialized gardens, botanical gardens, have collections of living plants. Okay, in the herbarium, it is the dried plants. In the botanical garden, it is the living plants for reference. Plant species in these gardens are grown for identification purposes, and each plant is labeled indicating its botanical or scientific name and its family. The famous botanical garden are in Kew, England, Indian Botanical Garden, Howrah, India, and at National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow in India. In Karnataka, can you tell that this one? Botanical Garden, Lal Bagh in Bangalore. botanical garden. If you will visit, you can see in the each and every plant has their name, botanical name, and from where they are collected and their family. It is written in that each plant. The third point, the taxonomical aid is a museum. Biological museum, living museum are generally set up in educational institutes such as schools and colleges. Museums have collections of preserved plant and animal specimens. Okay, they are the preserved in the herbarium, dried plants, botanical, living plants. Here it is the museum, preserved plant and animal specimens for study and reference. Specimens are preserved in the containers or jars in preservative solutions. Plant and animal specimens may also be preserved as dry specimens. Insects are preserved in insect boxes after collecting, killing, and pinning. Larger animals like birds and mammals are usually stuffed and preserved. Okay, museums often have the collections of animal skeletons also. Okay, herbarium, finished dried plant, botanical garden, living plants, museum, specimens of the plant and animal. Then the fourth point, zoological park. These are the places where the wild animals are kept in protected environments under human care and which enable us to learn about their food habits and behavior. Wild animals means the wild, not common animals. Wild animals are protected under the human protection. All animals in a zoo are provided as far as possible the conditions similar to their natural habitat. Okay, that is called the zoological park. Wild animals are protected under the care of human beings. That is the zoological park. Now, next point, it is the key. Key is another taxonomical aid used for identification of plants and animals based on the similarities and dissimilarities. These are the taxonomical for the plants and animals, the similarities and dissimilarities in the paper. The keys are based on the contrasting characters, two pairs. That means the two are there to show the similar or the dissimilar they have to mention. Generally in a pair called couplet. It represents the choice made between two opposite options. This results in acceptance of only one and rejection of the other. Each statement in the key is called a lead. Separate taxonomic keys are required for each taxonomic category such as family, genus and species for identification purposes. Keys are generally analytical in nature. Taxonomic keys are tools that help in identification based on the characteristics. Okay, now these are the main points. Keys, key also we can find out the similarities and dissimilarities. Next taxonomical aid is flora. Flora means the plant species present in a particular geographical area that we can find out. Then this is the fauna, that also another taxonomical aid. Fauna is an animal species present in a particular geographical area. Again, next taxonomical aid is monograph. Monograph are the records containing information on any one taxon, like a book containing all the non-species of a particular genus, species, or all the non-organisms in a given family, one particular family, in that all type of the, means if you will take your one animal or a plant, suppose one rose plant, if you will take, how many varieties of the rose plants are present in all over the world. So that full information we will get it from the monograph. Same like one animal, cat or the dog will take, where I mean in the entire world, the universal, how many type of variety of the dogs are there. All the knowing informations are present in the monograph. Next point, ninth point, it is the manuals are the records with the information which serve to identify names of a species found in a particular area. Particular area which all the types of the animals or the plants are present. That is mentioning. That is called manuals. Then the last point, catalogs are the records containing information about studied organisms or genera or a family. Means all the common characters are present in a particular area containing the information about the studied organisms or the genera or the family characters. So these are the important taxonomical aids. Herbarium, next botanical garden, next museum, zoological park, key, flora and fauna, monograph, manuals, catalogs. These are the important taxonomical aids. Thank you.